Hello, good evening. The people of Hong Kong sent a clear and powerful message today that they can keep the pressure on the former British colonies government and they can do it peacefully. An estimated 1.7 million people were on the streets defying police bans. They chanted for change and maintained their calls for a better democracy as well as guarantees about a controversial extradition law. Sky's chief correspondent Stuart Ramsey was amongst the sea of demonstrators on the streets today.
It has been absolutely extraordinary. It's a day some had thought may betray a drop in the level of commitment to this pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong. Those doubters could not have been more wrong. Victoria Park, the venue. It only holds 150,000 people or so. It was filled to bursting before the rally was due to even start. Tens, then hundreds of thousands descended on this high-end part of Hong Kong Island, determined to be there, to show their solidarity. They queued to get into the entrances as the heavens opened. As the rain lashed down, the umbrellas, very much the emblem of protest here, were open. With the park at absolute capacity, the late arrivals filled the streets as far as the eye could see. From overwatch positions, we filmed these remarkable images. People around us gasped at the size of the crowd, the sheer numbers. Marching and chanting, no pushing or shoving, and no violence. A rally in peace, defying police bans and government condemnation. The Beijing and Hong Kong administrations knew they had a problem after a week marred by violence. They really know they have a problem now. This is absolute defiance and an absolute demand to be heard.
I think about the numbers of people today, it's pretty amazing.
Oh yes, actually most of the Hong Kongers, we don't really please what the police doing, what the government did, and what's the response of Carrie Lam.
It's like our way to tell the government we are as always a peaceful protesters.
Do you think the government is eventually going to listen?
I don't think we have much impact, like as a citizen in Hong Kong, to be fair. I rather believe international pressure rather than us walking out. But still, I think it's a way for us to express ourselves.
The people had no intention of staying put. So began an enormous, sometimes chaotic, but always good-natured march in the pouring rain. Roads in every direction choked with demonstrators. Some of the city's largest streets were filled to bursting. It was almost impossible to go against this tide of humanity. Underground stations were simply overrun.
Well, the police had attempted to ban this demonstration from turning into a march, but they've completely failed. The numbers are absolutely vast. There's no room in the park, so they have to come to the streets, and they're marching after all these weeks once again to reaffirm their position that they want changes here, and they want the government of Hong Kong and Beijing to listen.
Incredibly, the shops in Causeway Bay remained open as the march continued. We were pushed through the doors of a super upmarket shopping mall. Nobody could stem this crowd, but they tried to observe the rules at least. Then onwards, past the island's huge skyscrapers. The crowd determined to be listened to. After hours on the move, their numbers still filled the streets. A remarkable event that won't be forgotten in Hong Kong, nor in Beijing either. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News, Hong Kong.
Sunday's march was partly about mending the movement's relationship with ordinary people in Hong Kong. It was damaged last week when a small number of people attacked a man from mainland China during demonstrations at the airport, someone they initially believed to be a spy. Well, when protesters spotted those who they suspected today, their response was more measured. Sky's Diana Magnay was amongst the crowds and has been speaking to marchers.
Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Democracy now!
Hong Kong's Victoria Park was rammed. Still plenty of momentum behind this movement. Media tycoon Lai Chi-ying is a staunch supporter of the protesters. Last month he took their cause to the US and he's an irritant to Beijing.
Are you able to mediate at all with the government? Why do you feel they're being so resistant? Well, I just think they just do everything to stop us. And we won't allow them to stop us.
What about the massing of troops on the border in Shenzhen? What do you think Beijing is planning?
Well,
What would be your message?
they just want to scare us. We're not scared.
It's quite a statement bringing this flag to this rally. Why have you done it?
First of all, I support the 5 demands of the protester. Secondly, I want to send a message to the central government, to the Hong Kong government, and the mainland Chinese people that our democracy is not about Hong Kong independence.
But these crowds are suspicious. That man's not one of us, they say.
That uncle, he thinks it's weird.
They think he's from mainland China.
And why are you out here today?
As it gets later, things get that bit nastier. Outside the government buildings, spy mania takes hold.
So the protesters believe that that man was a spy infiltrating the crowd, taking pictures of people, that he was from mainland China but working with the police here.
They shout abuse. He looks scared and flustered. Taken into the metro, there's a lynch mob feel to this. Black-clad protesters try to chase him down there, but wiser heads prevail. They're turned back, and medics take him away. 2 systems, 1 country, and very little prospect of compromise. Diana Magnay, Sky News, Hong Kong.
We have some breaking news to bring you now on the Iranian super